The rumors end here. One special moment between Haein and Somin sparks new frenzy. Are we finally witnessing the end of the dating rumors? Or is this just the beginning of something even more shocking? Just when fans thought they had it all figured out, one unexpected moment between young Haein and young Somin has thrown the internet into chaos. What really happened? And why is everyone suddenly talking again? Let's dive deep and uncover the truth. Only here on Hidden Korea. Are they over? That was the question lighting up every social media platform, every fan page, and every late-night talk show across Korea for weeks. Rumors of breakups between beloved stars young Haein and young Somin had been brewing like a storm, clouding even the most devoted fans' optimism. The couple, known for their subtle yet heartwarming chemistry both on screen and off, had not been seen together for weeks. No public appearances, no shared interviews, not even a social media interaction. It all started with a simple but powerful absence. At the premiere of Haein's latest thriller film, Somin, who had always made an effort to quietly support her rumored partner, was nowhere to be seen. Her absence was followed by a curious unfollowing on Instagram. Fans noticed, the silence screamed, from warm smiles to cold silence. Just months before, Haein and Somin were spotted in Busan, sharing a quiet coffee date by the harbor. Of them laughing, wrapped in oversized coats, had convinced the public that these two were more than just co-stars who clicked well. They were the couple people rooted for, a refreshing, grounded love story away from the typical media circus. But slowly, that narrative began to unravel. Somin posted a cryptic quote to her story. Sometimes love means letting go. The internet exploded. Despite the lack of confirmation, the caption felt personal. Fans read between the lines. Was it heartbreak? A silent farewell? Or just another misinterpreted post? Within days, Korean tabloid headlines followed. Haein and Somin going separate ways. Inside sources say the spark is gone. He doesn't mention her anymore. Suddenly, the perfect love story was being rewritten as a quiet tragedy. Media feeding the fire. Dispatch, infamous for exposing celebrity couples, didn't waste time citing unnamed sources close to the pair. They claimed schedules and personality differences had driven them apart. A crew member from their previous drama whispered, they used to arrive together. Now they avoided even crossing paths. And while neither side released an official statement, the silence only fueled the speculation. Haein, when asked about his dating life during a variety show, simply smiled and said, I've been focused on work lately. Carefully worded answer, safe, neutral, yet painfully distant. Meanwhile, Somin threw herself into her next project, a romantic drama, but noticeably dodged questions about her personal life during press junkets. The conclusion for many was obvious, they were over. Then, Solar Awards night happened. The 2025 Solar Awards had its usual share of glitz and fanfare, but no one expected it to become the night that would shake the foundations of every rumor. Haein arrived first, calm, composed, wearing a black tuxedo that made headlines before he even stepped out of the car. He walked the red carpet with his signature shy grin for the cameras, and entered the venue alone. Then came Somin, wearing a minimalist yet breathtaking white satin gown. She looked radiant, but more importantly, she looked determined. The moment she stepped onto the carpet, the energy shifted. Whispers began. Cameras zoomed in, but nothing prepared anyone for what was coming next. Inside the venue, just before the Best Couple award was announced for their drama Love Next Door, something unexpected happened. Somin, seated beside her co-star from the new drama, suddenly stood up and walked across the aisle, to sit beside Haein. The entire venue hushed. Even the host paused. Followed was a moment too intimate to ignore. Haein turned toward her, clearly surprised, but his smile lit up instantly. Whispered something to each other, then, Somin gently rested her hand on his. It was subtle. It was silent, but it was everything. A moment. One spark. A frenzy reignited. Within seconds, the internet exploded. Clips of the hand moment went viral within minutes, trending with the hashtag, Haein and Somin still together. Fans dissected every frame, how his eyes softened when he looked at her, how her fingers lingered on his sleeve, How neither of them seemed to care about the cameras anymore. One tweet summed it up perfectly. You don't reach across an aisle, risk every headline, just to sit beside someone unless they still matter. This isn't over. Dispatch went quiet. Other outlets scrambled to get quotes. Managers offered no comments. Show only amplified the mystery. A source close to Somin's agency, under the promise of anonymity, revealed to Haein in Korea, they were never truly broken up. They were taking space, mutual space. There were challenges, yes, especially with timing and stress, but there was never a moment they stopped caring. Another insider from the set of Love Next Door, their beloved drama, gave even more context. During filming, they grew close fast. It was natural, magnetic, but when the drama ended, both got busy. Schedules, public pressure, emotional fatigue wore them down. The so-called breakup was never official. It was what many couples, celebrity or not, experience: a pause, a moment of emotional regrouping. For people constantly under the scrutiny of the camera, even a pause feels like an ending to the world watching. Why did they stay silent? The silence, it turns out, was a conscious choice. Haein, known for being fiercely private, once said in an interview, "I believe love doesn't always need to be explained. Sometimes the truest form of it is quiet." Minutes? She too had her reasons. In a previous relationship that ended publicly, she learned that the world can often be too loud, too cruel, as she told a close friend, who spoke to Haein in Korea. "This time, I wanted to protect it, even when it was hard, even when people started writing their own endings. Instead of rushing to deny rumors or defend their bond, they chose patience, they chose dignity. And in doing so, they showed a maturity that is rare in an industry fueled by instant reactions." The breaking point, what almost tore them apart. But make no mistake, things weren't always smooth behind the scenes. In late February, Haein was offered a demanding film role overseas. Accepting it meant 3 months away, no visits, no shared nights in Seoul, no comforting routines. At the same time, Somin had just landed her lead role in a series that filmed deep in the countryside. Their schedules didn't just clash, they collapsed onto each other. They tried. They FaceTimed. They messaged. They sent food trucks to each other's sets. But something felt off. Something distant. One moment of vulnerability, Somin reportedly sent a message saying, "Do we still feel the same?" Haein's response wasn't immediate, and in that silence, doubt grew. Here's what no one knew: Haein had never stopped planning. While filming in Canada, he bought a small silver ring engraved with her initials, not for the cameras, not for proposals, just a reminder that he was always carrying her with him. He never got the chance to give it to her, until Solar Awards night, the night that changed everything. So why did Somin walk across the aisle? What pushed her to make such a bold move? According to a stylist from the awards show, something shifted minutes before the ceremony began. A staff member whispered to Somin that Haein had been nervously asking if she was coming. He didn't know if she would be there. Had asked for her seat to be near his, just in case. Somin had made up her mind before arriving. She was going to walk in, smile for the cameras, sit in her place, keep her distance. But hearing that changed everything. That's when she walked. That's when the internet broke. That's when hearts across the nation remembered what true connection looks like. And when the show ended, long after the cameras stopped flashing, she reached into her purse and handed him something she had been holding onto for weeks. A photograph of them, snapped secretly by a fan in Busan. With the words "I still believe in us" scribbled on the back. He cried, not the public tears of a celebrity overwhelmed, but the silent tears of a man who had waited months for one answer. It was still his. So where are they now? Since the awards night, the couple still hasn't given a formal statement. But do they really need to? In the week that followed, live fans spotted the two entering the same cafe in Sinsadong at different times, only to leave minutes apart. At a recent talk show, Somin smiled when asked about working with actors you deeply admire, and simply replied, "Sometimes admiration turns into something much more precious." And just this morning, Haein posted a photo of cherry blossoms with the caption, "Spring always returns." No tags. no faces. But everyone knew what it meant, what this moment means for Korean entertainment, and us, in an industry obsessed with instant answers, declarations, and scandal. Haein and Somin reminded everyone of something timeless: love doesn't always need to be loud. Sometimes, it just needs to be real. The story is not just one of fame and fandom. The story of two people choosing each other again, even when the world assumed they had already let go. About resilience, about believing in quiet love, and above all, it's about one truth: the rumors may have started the fire, but love rekindled it into something far more powerful. Final thought: in a world full of noise, silence spoke volumes. And now, one special moment has ended the whispers, with a roar of renewed belief. This love story is far from over. In fact, it might just be beginning again.